Welcome to Cool Guns. Let's check out the differences between the Glock 19X, the Baretta M9A4, and the Sig M18. And all three of these have threaded barrels for suppressors. The Baretta is the only one that came with it, and so the Glock and the Sig have the silencer threaded barrels. So these are the three different cases that they come with. We have the Glock 19X case. Comes with 3 magazines. The Baretta M9A4 comes with 3 magazines. And the M18 also comes with 3 magazines. Okay, here is the 3 of them laid out together. One difference is the Baretta does not come with a magazine that is an extended length. So you can see that the Glock magazines that are extended, you can see the Glock magazines. There's 2 of them that are extended length and 1 of them regular length. The Baretta M9A4. The Baretta M9A4 just has 3 regular length magazines. And the M18 has 1 regular length magazine. The M18 comes with 1 regular length magazine and 2 extended lengths. So let's check out the rounds that they hold. The Glock regular length has 17 rounds. And the Glock extended length probably only adds 2 more rounds. So we'll call it 19 rounds. The M9A4 has 18 round magazines. And the Sig has regular length is 17 rounds. And the extended length is 21 rounds. And you can see on these extended length Sig mags, it does not have the holes in the back. It just has the 4 holes on the side for bullets. But the Sig regular length does have the holes in the back. Okay, so even though the Glock has the extended length, it only adds 1 extra bullet over the Baretta. But the longer Sig M18 extended magazines have 2 to 3 bullets more than the Baretta and the Glock. Okay, let's check out some differences. From the Glock to the Baretta. Glock definitely has the flat slide, but the 19X that I have does not have an optics ready slide, unfortunately. The Baretta does have optics ready mounts for a plate, but I don't really want to put it on because of the looks. The plate will extend out quite a bit compared to the curves on the top of the slide and won't really look good in my opinion. So these 2 I'll keep without red dots. whereas the Sig, it does have a flat plate made very nicely for the Romeo 1 Pro. So I do have its red dot on there. You can see there's definitely a length difference on the grips. That extra long extended magazine is not required to support the hand grip on the M18, so it's just extra length. The Glock is the lightest of the three. The Baretta is probably the heaviest of the three, because it does have a metal frame. And the Sig is a little bit heavier than the Glock, probably because of the red dot and the larger magazine. The M18 does have the safety on the frame. The Baretta has the safety on the slide. And since this is the M9A4, it has a spring release on the safety. And you all know the Glocks don't have any safety except for the trigger safety. The Glock is striker fired. The Baretta is hammer fired. And the Sig is striker fired. You can see the little bit of color differences. It's kind of odd to me, but I guess I didn't want to match them up better. The magazine and the frame match well. The slide and the frame, definitely different color. And the Romeo 1 Pro is even a different color than the slide and the frame. On the Baretta, similar, the grip is a different color than the metal frame, which is a different color than the slide, and the barrel is even a different color from there. As you can see, the Baretta is the only one with a barrel that is colored. The Sig and the Glock threaded barrels are black. This has a black threaded barrel. I like the night sights on the Glock probably the best. The Baretta also has night sights. And the Sig has night sights, but if you put the Romeo 1 Pro on the Sig, you lose the rear sight. And I don't know if this notch on the Romeo 1 Pro matches up with the front sight. I haven't tested that out or looked it up, but it is possible. As you can see on the Sig, the barrel angles up a little bit when it's open. This is one thing that I really like about the Barettas. The Baretta barrel stays horizontal the entire time, and it makes for a much smoother action. The Glock also has the barrel that angles up when it's open. The Glock has, it's a two spring guide rod. The Baretta, unfortunately, they always come with the plastic guide rods. And so on my other Berettas, I've swapped it out for a metal guide rod. And I'll probably end up doing the same with this one. And the Sig also has a two-spring, or maybe two-spring guide rod. You can see how much more narrow this Sig guide rod is. The Baretta one is a little bit thicker of a guide rod, but it does have flutes. And the Glock has a thicker guide rod than the Sig. And it's probably similar size to the Baretta, but it has the big metal outer spring housing. The stippling on the grip for the Sig is pretty good. Not too bad, but it is definitely not as strong as the Baretta. This Baretta grip is really rough and you can feel it in your hands. It doesn't feel bad, but it definitely is quite a bit more texture than the Sig. The Glock has a typical Glock pattern, but it's definitely more smooth. It doesn't have like the pointed edges or the grippiness that the Sig and the Baretta have. The Sig has 3 notches on the frame for installing a light or a laser. The Glock also has 3 notches for installing a light or laser, but the Glock only has 1 notch, so it has to be a little more custom, or that is your only secure point available. Okay, let's take the magazines out and we'll rack the slide for you. Definitely takes a little bit of effort, which is a good thing. The Baretta, however, about the same effort, but much, much smoother. And the Glock, probably the hardest of all 3 of them. And you can see that on the 19X there is no cuts or serrations on the front of the slide, only straight up and down ones here on the back. The Baretta has slide ridges on the front and the back, but when you're trying to grab these back ones, your hand and thumb essentially grab the safety. And the Sig has the front serrations. Let's look at the so these are the original barrels. They came with the Sig and came with the Glock. Do a little bit of a comparison. The Glock original barrel is just a little bit longer than the Sig, and definitely different style of crown. Okay, for the Glock, the 19X comes with 3 different back straps. Go that way. So you have 3 options on the to adjust your grip on the Glock. The Baretta also came with 1 extra. So there's 2 grip options for the Baretta. If you don't like this stippling with this one, it'll give you a little bigger grip and this nice stippling. They're the same style, just this one will be larger, going over the back of this metal for your bigger hand. But the Sig M18, maybe this is the civilian package, I don't know, but this is the one that I got, not knowing that there was any options, but this M18 only came with 1 frame. So there's no other grip options that it came with. One thing you can see on the Glock, it has that little dimple right there for your thumb. You have a little bit of ridge to push down on your thumb, and it's on both sides. The Baretta does not have any sort of ridge or anywhere special to put your thumb. It's more old school Baretta style. The Sig also has a little ridge to push down with your thumb, give you a little extra support, and it is on both sides. The Sig has the magazine release only on one side. It is not ambidextrous, but the safety is ambidextrous, and the slide lock is ambidextrous on the Sig. The Baretta is not an ambidextrous mag release. It is not an ambidextrous slide lock. It is an ambidextrous safety. The Glock is not an ambidextrous mag release. It is an ambidextrous slide lock. And you can see that this 19X came with the shorter sights. The Baretta came with a little bit higher sights, but definitely not for a co-witness. And the M18 came with the lower sights. It might be a co-witness with this notch on the Sig Romeo Pro 1. The Sig Romeo 1 Pro. But I have not tested that out. Okay, well that's a really good review without shooting of the Glock 19X, the Baretta M9A4, and the Sig M18, which is a P320. All three awesome handguns. Have a great day.